Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Meet the Speaker. Today with me, I have Elisa Duncan. Elisa, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I am great today. Other than a little dental work, I'm doing pretty good. So my smile might look a little funny today, but we're really excited to meet you and get to know you a little bit better. So let's get right into it.
All right, sounds good.
So first question, just like a great starting question, is how did you get into programming?
Ooh, well, I first started off as a chemist. So I was a
Really?
chemist, yes.
Oh, wow.
And I took a programming class while I was in chemistry, and I enjoyed it. And of course, that was in the early 90s. Yeah, well, I guess
Mhm,
early to mid 90s.
mhm.
Um, So there was, beginning of internet, doing some web programming, playing around with HTML, things like that. That was fun, but I still graduated with my chemistry degree.
Mhm.
And then about 10, well, maybe about 7 years later, decided to go back to school to get my computer science degree. Yes, there's just not a whole lot of marketable options to become a chemist. I was actually a paint chemist. And if I wanted to move to the places where like Cleveland, there's a lot of jobs, but not necessarily here in Kansas City where I live.
Mm.
So I went back to school and got my CS degree and haven't looked back since. I just love doing what I'm doing. It's all
Oh,
puzzle solving. So
yeah.
yeah.
Well, so I'm curious, what made you decide to go get a CS degree? Was it just that one class or something else happened in between?
Well, I really enjoyed that class, and my husband is also a developer,
Mhm.
so that of course helped. I didn't want to do the exact same thing as him because I wanted to have a little bit more variety, in our
Uh-huh.
conversations and such. But when I looked into transferring my credits, it just so happened that it would have been faster for me to get a CS degree than to do anything else. So
Hmm. Hmm. Very cool. Very cool. Well, that's awesome. Well, so let's talk about well, this is one of my favorite questions is there an older technology that you used to use that you don't anymore that you actually kind of miss?
that I kind of miss. Ooh. Um, I don't know about, well, okay, so when I first, maybe, now that I think about it, maybe, I really enjoyed working with Java Swing.
Really? Java Swing. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was like my first introduction to making GUIs and playing around,
Mhm.
getting into more Java work and doing something more interesting than just like simple console, hello world sort of
Mhm.
thing. So I really enjoyed working with that.
Hmm. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. All right. Well, let's switch over to your talk at NGConf. What are you going to be speaking on?
I will be speaking about security and how Angular has your back and has us all covered whenever we need to work with authentication, authorization, and web security specific needs.
That's awesome. I know that I'm probably like a lot of people in that when it comes to security, I feel completely lost. And I know that it's important, but I also am not like so crazy interested in it. I just want to watch a bunch of videos and learn everything about it. So I'm excited to see like a lot of stuff distilled down into talks. So I'm really excited for this talk specifically.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I think this is really interesting because there aren't, I mean, who really wants to like dive into security, right? Like it's just one of those things that we expect from our applications, but
Mhm.
it's not necessarily something we really want to think about.
Right.
So, and since Angular has a lot of stuff built in, it'd be kind of interesting to hear about like how are you already covered? Like what all do you need to do on top of it? Where
Right.
are you already covered, right? So.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. So, what got you interested in deciding to do that talk?
Uh, well, I work at Okta,
Mhm.
so that's part of what I do at my job. And then, um, I mean, I just love Angular, so you put those two things together, and
Right.
here we are.
Oh, awesome. Cool. Well, let's make it get a little bit more serious here. How do you deal with imposter syndrome when you encounter it?
Ooh, that is a really good question because I think, well, I sure hope we all encounter it. I guess maybe there's a bit of an imposter syndrome there. Like, oh, is it just me? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Right. Right.
But yeah, I think I think that what I try to do is, well, fake it. If you have to have a bit of like, I'm just going to go power through, study a whole lot,
Mhm.
and try to just power through this thing. I think having a really, especially as a woman, having a really good support network of being able to reach out to people to say, am I like thinking about this right? Am I reasonable in thinking about this right? Can you help me? You know, being able to have people you can feel vulnerable with, I think is
Mhm.
also really helpful.
Yeah, awesome. I like that. So a little bit of vulnerability, but also a little bit of like face it head on.
Right. Yep.
Awesome. I like that. Cool. All right. Well, so let's be a little bit more fun here. You've been a
Okay.
chemist, you've been a computer
Yeah.
scientist or programmer, right? If you had to choose another job and money didn't matter, what would you do?
Another job. Something, I'm trying to think of something I would really just like enjoyed it. You know, maybe like open a little restaurant or something. I
Yeah.
think that'd be incredible amount of work. And I
Right.
don't know where the money would be, but I think just, I don't know, I enjoy cooking. I enjoy, you know, socializing with people. So that could be a lot of fun. Small little cafe bistro.
Huh. That's cool. Yeah. We've actually had a few people answer. I think 3 people have answered it that way. And
Oh,
I
really?
would,
Wow.
yeah, I would
Yeah.
never, that would like be the last item on my list. It would be doing that. So that's fascinating for me to hear that. Cool. All right, well, we're going to finish up with our rapid fire round. So I'm going to ask
Okay.
you a whole bunch of A or B questions. You get to pick one or the other. You could pick either or both, but no real explanation necessary unless, you know, it's really important to your answer. So ready to go?
Okay. Yep.
Okay, first one, super standard. Everybody gets this one. Kirk or Picard?
Ooh, I am going to get this one wrong because I have not watched Star Trek. I'm not a Trekkie.
None of the Star Trek. So even from pop
Yeah.
culture, like, do you like the either actor better?
Mm, well, maybe Picard. It feels like the times I've seen Kirk, he seems a little over the top.
Yeah. All right. Good answer. Good answer. Okay. Moving on. This one's a little techie. Ruby or Scala?
Well, I've only worked with Ruby once and I've never worked with Scala, so I'm going to have to go with Ruby by default.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah. I tried to I tried to come up with some kind of obscure things that maybe not a lot of people have worked with. All right.
Yeah.
How about Game of Thrones or Squid Game?
Oh, now that is a really good question. You know, ooh, I think I'm going to have to go, even though it's really, well, they're both violent, but I'm going to have to go with Squid Game
Yeah.
because I love K-dramas and George R. R. Martin just won't finish that last book. So I'm kind of mad at him.
All right. All right. Mickey or Goofy?
Goofy all the way.
All the way. Okay. Van Gogh or, and you may or may not even know this. I just picked this one. Van Gogh or Van Helsing?
Oh, Van Gogh, I guess.
Van Helsing is pretty obscure. So, all right. Next question. Sparkling or still?
Sparkling.
Sparkling.
Yeah.
Woman after my own heart. Firefox or Chrome?
Chrome. Yes, I do like Chrome.
Okay. Here's a good one. Doctor Strange or Stranger Things?
All right, so I am really going to show my bad techie card here. I have not watched oh wait, no, I have seen Doctor Strange. Okay, I've seen
Okay.
Doctor Strange. I'm gonna have to go with Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Okay, good show. All right. Last question. Billie Eilish or Billy Joel?
Billy Joel. I'm an uptown girl.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Elisa, for taking time out of your busy day. And super excited to get to see you in person at NGConf. And of course, hope everybody that's watching gets to come and meet you in person as well.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Okay.